Yo, this is Jimmy Trigger with the Triggerman podcast. I just want to make a quick apology. The audio for the first half of the podcast is kind of fucked. I forgot to actually press record like an idiot. You can actually see me on the 27 or 28 minute mark realizing that the fucking audio wasn't going. So if you can get past the first half of the podcast with the audio as is from the camera, hopefully that'll do. I'd like to introduce the guys to the Triggerman podcast. This is Dirty Machine. Why did I do that accent? That's terrible. This is the Triggerman podcast. Enjoy. Sorry about the shit sound quality. That's where I listen on my podcast.
Yeah.
So it's as simple as that. And
cool.
I abruptly start every single fucking Triggerman podcast just like this.
All right,
amazing.
On.
There is a camera there. We don't need to, ignore those people. Fuck those people. This is the Triggerman podcast, episode 15. I literally just met you 2 seconds ago.
Yes.
Said as much as hello to each other. We've been talking for like 20 minutes. To anyone listening, this is Dirty Machine.
Yes.
What's up? Based out of LA, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So, and as I tell everyone, it's not a fucking interview. I don't care. We can talk about the weather. I don't give a shit. We can talk about our breakfast. I don't care. It's not for those motherfuckers. It's for me. I'm wanting to have fun. We also have a fashion crisis. We both wore the same fucking t-shirt. Austin 316, big wrestling nerd, old school wrestling. I don't actually know. I just got the WWE Network like a few weeks ago. Because I was telling you, a few weeks ago we went to Ireland. Me and Ashley went to Ireland, and when we came back, we're good friends. You know Blackcraft, the brand, the t-shirt brand.
I've heard of them.
They're awesome. They're really cool guys. They're based in Orange County. They have like this huge, big fucking like warehouse down there. It's like it's all. It's shirts like kind of drink coffee, worship Satan, that kind of shit. Like so, it's all parody stuff. I don't think they're Satanists. If they are, I don't give a fuck. But we went down and we hung out with Bobby and the owner. And then when we walked in, it was fucking the wrestler Paige.
Oh
and
yeah.
She was sitting there, and I was like, oh, I recognize her. And I'm wearing a Shawn Michaels t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did this on purpose because I heard I heard some fucking wrestler was going to be there. And we just all hung out all day and just fucking. It was just funny. So when we got home, Ashley got curious, and I was talking a lot about wrestling and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, we'll get the WWE Network. I hear there's old documentaries and shit on it. So
yeah. Like basically everything they've ever done.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, I'm Attitude Era all the way. So anything Attitude Era, and like I WCW Nitro. I know everything. It sucks. I wish I knew smart things, but I don't. I knew nerdy wrestling bullshit.
Who's your favorite jobber of all time?
A jobber? Like the guy that loses all the time?
Yes.
Oh.
I'll say mine next, but if you're a WCW guy.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. Who lost all the time there? Oh, man, that's a hard question. Holy shit.
Without a doubt, mine's Disco Inferno.
Oh, I fucking hate that guy.
Well, he was the guy on Saturday mornings that would come out and DDP would beat him in 3 minutes.
Yeah. I just anyone to beat him. Who the fuck else was really bad that I fucking
Norman
hate?
Smiley.
Norman fucking Smiley.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. It was a waste of a character. It was a terrible. Even like I was listening to one podcast the other day. They were talking about what was it, Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster? Do you remember that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Just like these terrible fucking shit characters and just.
Well, who's your favorite new wrestler though?
I don't. Look,
he's my WWE Network. I get my updates from Darren.
Oh, I honestly all the new stuff. I'm not super up to date with. We were watching it, and what's his name? Daniel Bryan. His character is just so fucking good, and his attitude is so cool. And then she got obsessed with all the fucking reality shows on the WWE Network.
Oh, yeah.
So she's like, he's so nice and he's great. And I was like, whatever. I don't give a fuck what these people are. Look at the size of that guy's house. Holy shit. Let me sit down and watch this for a second. But his character's really cool. But dude, Shawn Michaels, every single day of the week, no matter what year it is. Greatest of all time. End of fucking story. If you disagree with me, get the fuck out of my house.
It don't matter where I love him. I really do. Growing up, he was my. I'll find myself laying in bed on YouTube at 3 a.m. watching his old matches.
Oh, it's the best.
He was just so good. And then what I really got into lately is the wrestling shoots. Have you heard those on YouTube where the wrestlers talk about the real shit that happened?
Oh yeah, listen.
I'm addicted to those.
I think that's what a lot of network, the shows they add to the WWE network, it's like they break the kayfabe, brother.
Yeah, it's like, kind of over. So
yeah, it is over. It's just like kind of, oh yeah, they tell all the politics back there and just fucking the stories, the real things that happened. And I watched an hour-long documentary about the 25th anniversary of Raw or something, and it was just them all meeting up beforehand, hugging and going, hey, remember when I jumped off that thing over there? Ha ha ha. 2 hours later, they're kicking the shit out of each other or whatever. It's just like, it's so fucking cool. I love it, like especially when I grew up on those guys.
You'd like this story. On tour, our last stop on tour with ICP, he sweet chin music me on stage.
What? Sick.
That was one of my most fantasized moments. Like one of these days, I want to give Dave a sweet chin music, or like take a stunner from Dave. And
did you connect?
He did. Yeah, he did. Darren even got the slap. I didn't know that Sean slaps his ass when he does it.
Oh, he does the stomp with the slap.
He does the hip.
Yeah. Warming up the sweet chin music, warming up the band.
Yeah.
We did that in Austin, Texas. It got over, and then they cut that. So he did it, and then our DJ hit the Stone Cold music. And then the sound guy cut us immediately because we were over. But it was awesome.
That's cool.
And we rehearsed that like at a McDonald's parking lot or somewhere outside the venue.
What do you mean? It wasn't real? Shut up! It's real to me, goddamn. Look, I hear like the worst intro ever. So, name singer.
Oh, I'm Dave Leach, and I do the rapping.
The rapping. It's essentially a new metal band,
we can't run from it. I mean, people try to do alternative metal, and we are. I mean, but we're that's where our roots are from. At least my roots.
Yeah. But Darren's a singer.
Yeah, I'm Darren Davis, and I do all the melodic singing.
Yeah, sorry about the fucking tangenty conversation.
That's alright. That's what happens when you get 3 wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Well, and also, I mean, for me, that's something I like about podcasts. Is they don't have to be about anything in particular.
Strategic conversation.
Yeah.
We're here with an agenda.
Yeah, and it's not like the 10-minute interviews where, I have to be interesting and I only have 10 minutes to be interesting.
I am the least interesting person in the world. I was like, listen, because I went to, here's a tangent for you. I went to my back doctor this morning because I have a fucking back doctor. God damn it. And I was talking to him about, what are you doing for the rest of the day? Go home, fucking do a podcast with these dudes I've never met before, whatever, the usual.
Yeah.
And he's like, really? He goes, yeah. I said I had a pastor like 2 weeks ago. And
right,
this fucking awesome dude. Shout out to Pastor Octavio. He's amazing. He goes, really? He goes, yeah. And I said, his other patient, who was my friend, who was also been on the podcast, TJ, he's like, so you both did it? He goes, yeah. So he texts me when I got home, and he goes, what's the name of your podcast? And I was like, here's the episode of me and your other patient. Enjoy. It's just this fucking, like, what the hell? It's just like, I don't know, it's conversation. It's all I listen to, all it is. Well, I don't even listen to music anymore, which is crazy.
I'm the same way. I have probably 15 podcasts that are just on rotation, and that's the only time I listen to music is if I'm like on the way to rehearsal or a show, because I have to warm up my voice, so that's like the only time I listen to music now. Yeah, that was literally me the other day driving down the freeway. I was like, shit, I got my first rehearsal with Triggerman, my band. God damn it, another fucking band. But my first rehearsal is this Sunday, so I was like, shit, I better learn these fucking songs. And I'm like singing my ass off. Music. I was like, all right.
Did you find a rehearsal space? I seen your post. Did you find it?
Yeah,
they're everywhere out here. But
well, it's the cost and the fucking, like, I understand you gotta pay rent, blah blah blah. Hey, we're fucking, the majority of us musician guys are fucking broke, okay? So give us a break. Or I want the best deal possible. And I wouldn't care if I had $1 million, I'd still be looking for the best deal on everything. So
we're lucky we have a garage. Our guitarist, we practice at his house, but when we've had to do the pay to play rehearsals, I mean, it sucks at the end of it, it's like so much money. Yeah, it's $25 an hour somewhere in Reseda. I'll find it. But they give you like all the equipment, and so some of the guys are coming up from Orange County and fucking Whittier and stuff, so it's like, hey, you just gotta show up with your guitar, everything's already there, so we'll give it a go, whatever. But I'm not one of those, I don't know how you guys are, if you rehearse like 1,000,000 days, or I like rehearsing minimal, because if I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing, and then, because you can practice for playing live, but you can't practice the actual live show until you're playing the live fucking show. Yeah, we try to practice like roughly twice a week. That's like our optimal preference for how often we rehearse. And I'm the same way. It's like sometimes there's only so much rehearsal you can get before you kind of
wear yourself out, but a lot of us in the band are just absolute workaholics and Energizer bunnies that gotta keep going. I'm just sort of sitting around like, all right, cool, the 10th run of this song, sweet.
Yeah, this one lose it.
I'm very lucky. I haven't made practice in a month because I work every day. And I don't need to be there. The lucky thing about a rapper in a band is you don't really need to be there. I know Darren knows how to write for me. The guys just know me, and I'll be at my domino shift, and they'll cut practice, and they'll send me a demo, and be like, "Holy shit!"
You do all the majority writing then, or?
No, not really anymore. I used to.
How did it all start? Because you said you got here 10 years ago, and then you met him at show or something.
Man. So I joined Dirty Machine December of 2013. It was all original. It was a different lineup. Okay. And it was 4 of us, and that lineup split, and then our acquaintance in another band out here called Killset, Mark Baker, he referred me to Darren.
Yeah, Mark and I had been friends for years.
And to sum it up without like taking up the whole hour, I mean, I always wanted a dual vocal. I'll say it to the day I die. I wanted the Linkin Park dynamic. Everybody does. But I was a realist. Like, I knew that I had a ceiling, and Dirty Machine was only going to go to the ceiling I was in. I can't hit notes. I can't sing. I can't ride hooks. I wanted a singer. So when I found him, Mark sent me some of his. I told you before he got here, he was doing Seven Dust covers on YouTube. It was like Sick Puppies. What really sold me was like a video that he probably don't even think of very much. He was doing Breaking Benjamin on karaoke.
I don't remember that.
And it was just some random.
I do a mean Bon Jovi. I'm just thinking.
Well, I mean, it was just some random video of him doing Breaking Benjamin in a karaoke bar. I was like, man, that's the guy. And then we found our drummer.
Wait, you met at a karaoke bar?
No, we met. When did we meet? You came to Mickey's, our original bass player.
Yeah, it was just me, you, and Mickey, and that was also the first time that you and Mickey you and Mickey had seen each other for like months.
Yeah, my original DM broke up. It was a bad split. My appendix burst.
Ooh.
And I was in the hospital, like, alone, like cue like the Coldplay music. I was being depressed. I was sad, and I was like, what's going on with my dreams? And then like Mickey called me, our old bass player, and he goes, hey man, let's get that kid from Killset's guy, and let's get this band back together. And then we haven't stopped since. We literally haven't stopped
since 2013.
Yeah.
Because I noticed online you have like a shit ton of videos. So
we have a paper. No one can deny our journey. I mean, we've been doing it for a long time, and I've only known these guys almost maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's just been nonstop.
Did you guys signed, or is it?
Yeah.
What's the label?
Zombie Shark Records.
Okay. Yeah. Who else is on that label?
There's a couple. No one really big, but everyone's coming up.
That's
cool.
It's
he's trying to keep it. Our CEO Noah, it used to be strict new metal, but now he's kind of experimenting around, and so.
And they help you out with tours and management and stuff, or?
He's doing. Yeah, he does what he can. I mean, Noah's crazy like that. He does. He's like me. He's an attention whore. And he'll say it. He knows I love him, but I mean, he knows how to make attention to himself.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we were talking about that before we started with the whole online thing. You was like, I'll just try to be funny or whatever. Like, yeah.
Noah's the biggest goof in person. He's like this lovable 6'1" teddy bear, but online he knows how to like get your attention.
Yeah,
that's why I like Noah.
Yeah, I think that we were talking about that before we started. Like the whole using online to your advantage, use it as a weapon more than anything to fucking promote things. Like so, just I don't know. The internet's a weird place as well. Like so, as we said. Like people do use it wrong. Like we were talking about like whether it's like politics or opinions or like keep that shit off your van page. Like you're as we said, you're not Five Finger Death Punch and you're not Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. Shut
the fuck up. Like so, put it in your songs by all means. Like fucking, because the way I love writing. I just like writing everything. But the topics for me are always so fucking vague that I'm like you could totally turn it into a "Dev guy is out to get these people," or it's a political agenda. I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever the fuck you're into.
Yeah.
What you guys both grew up like listening to new metal? Because that's probably my favorite type of metal. Because I grew up with the same fucking shit.
Not even. I mean, you kind of grew up in a slightly different era.
Well, it depends on what you would call growing up, because I didn't really get into metal in general until I was in, probably like second year of high school. Before then, I was listening to just top 40 type stuff.
I admitted earlier I like Backstreet Boys, and still fucking do.
Oh yeah, no, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC.
Yeah, because those guys didn't do bad at all. Like,
Justin
Timberlake still, man, I'm fucking down with that shit.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
But yeah, it really wasn't until I listened to Linkin Park when that first album came out, but that was sort of one of those things of, well, they were top 40, so I didn't really count that, but. Yeah, no, I mean, it might have been around like 8th grade or freshman year of high school, somewhere around then, that I started listening to metal and just dove in head first and went crazy about it.
Yeah, that was me and I get up what you guys call junior high when you're like 13. That's junior high.
That's right? Middle school.
Yeah.
I remember someone showed me like a Metallica album on cassette, and then I opened it up, and the fucking James Hetfield was singer, like the picture of him, like he had black hair or dyed and like screaming, and it fucking scared me.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I'd be able for this. All my friends are into this, and then I saw it on like it was called MTV Super Rock. It was called Monday nights at midnight. It was 1 hour a week of metal, and then a Metallica video came on, and I was like, huh. Okay, I think I'm into this. And that was it then. You just head first.
Well, and me, I stopped at the, I'm scared of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
I didn't even start appreciating Metallica until very late.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's funny. Like, it's like you're so young and innocent, but like,
yeah.
Honest to God, I remember, because I didn't want to admit to the guy that showed me, like, I opened up this thing, there's a scary guy in a black leather jacket, black dyed hair, and a handlebar mustache, like screaming at the camera, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. I don't want to be too
That's how impressionable you can be, though, man. Like, I'll never forget it either. I mean, because I grew up in a mainstream radio top 40, like Natalie Imbruglia, Meredith Brooks, Hootie and the Blowfish, and I'll never forget it because I've told this story, like going on tour with ICP last year for the Great Malenko anniversary. That was the album when I was 13 years old. I was at my friend Mark Brotmarkle's house. That was his real name. And he played that for me because his parents would buy him explicit CDs. Yeah. And I'll never forget the
terrible parenting.
Well, he was like this rich kid, and now he's like a tattoo artist. So he's gone the total other end of the spectrum. Yeah. But he played it for me, and I just remember it's the songs that we ended up hearing every night for 2 weeks. But it was cussing, and like I was like, it was so shocking to me that they were cussing, and I stole the CD from them, and then me and my parents, we fought for a year. They would break it. I would steal another Marilyn Manson was another one that me and my sister would get home from the school bus, and we'd watch TRL or whatever. And I mean, Marilyn. I mean, you guys remember what he did back in the day. I mean, he was the shocking one.
No, absolutely. And he scared the shit out of me as well. Like,
oh, yeah.
But my little brother at the time, who's a complete fucking hipster right now. Sorry, John. Well, he's a very talented hipster, so whatever. But he got into Marilyn Manson. And it was around Mechanical Animals time with the rubber boob suits. And I'm going, what the fuck is that? And I'm like heavy into Metallica now, so I'm metal. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, so... And look at me now, I'm a fucking weirdo, I guess, whatever. But
what Metallica album hit? What really hit out where you're from? Like, was it the Black Album? Or was
this was years after. Like
honestly, Load, Reload.
Reload. Like I saw the video for, if you remember the song, "The Memory Remains," like Fortunes.
With the spinning room, yeah.
That's the one I saw, and then I was lying on a wooden floor in my mother's living room, and then it just hit with me, and I was like, I love this song. What is this? And then I heard like King Nothing, and then my friend had the
Bleeding Me, remember that one?
Oh yeah, please. I love those albums. The Load Reload albums they're rock albums. They're fantastic. There's some country fucking songs on there. But my friend had the videotapes of the Year and a Half in Review, if you remember those, and it was a video they videoed for 18 months of them recording the entire Black Album. And then there was a second one 18 months after where they're touring the Black Album, and I watched those like it was the Gospels according to James Hetfield. I was just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And then
Speaking of that, all three of us here have recorded with Ulrich Wilde. Did he tell you his Black Album story? Oh my gosh!
Just in case anyone doesn't know,
yeah.
So Ulrich Weil is like he still is a big time producer. He lives here in Hollywood. I'm not going to say where, because that'd be weird.
Yeah, you don't like that.
Yeah, you don't like that. But he also, sorry, it's my phone. I'm a dick. Fuck, shut up. He recorded every massive new metal band, or like Deftones, or fucking Static X. Yeah, he has all the plaques on the wall. So
even Limp Bizkit. I mean, he did a little bit. He did Results May Vary.
Yeah. And then he had to be demoted to work with clowns like us. But whatever, like, so go on.
Ulrich's story is, I mean, me and him, we spent a lot of times bullshitting, and, you know, because I'm a new metal encyclopedia.
Yeah.
So he was like, at first he thought I was like ribbing him, like, did you just look, I mean, then he was like, God damn, you really know your shit. I was like, I know my new metal. I mean, every album you had on the wall, we owned.
Yeah.
So, his black album story, I'm gonna try to tell it as authentic as he told me. He was like just an intern by Bob Rock's studio, and it was like they recorded that in North Hollywood. I don't want to quote it, but North Hollywood, I think.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes from here.
Probably.
So Ulrich was like doing dishes, and James Hetfield came bursting in because he couldn't hit the note on some song, and they had a heavy bag in there for James in the kitchen area. And so Ulrich Wild, his like barely 20-year-old ass, is like doing dishes, and Hetfield kicks open this steel door that's so heavy, like it almost like you have to put your shoulder into it to open it. And Hetfield just kicks it open, like a WWE backstage thing. And he storms right past Ulrich, and he just starts beating the shit out of this heavy bag. And then he looks at Ulrich.
He's like, you start beating the shit out of me.
He just looks at Ulrich and he goes, "What's up?" And then walks back out. And then, like, long story short, Ulrich got his break from that because I can't remember if Lars couldn't tune his drums right or something, but like,
so it was like electric star.
It really was. And then, well, that led to White Zombie Astro Creep for Ulrich. So that kind of,
oh my gosh,
Ulrich can tell it better than me, but like, it's just picturing as the Ulrich we know who hasn't changed. Because I watched a documentary on him.
Yeah.
Doing Static X's album when he was like 31.
Yeah.
He's the same guy.
Yeah, he's the exact same. Man, it's weird.
Quirky, just...
He's a fucking weird...
ball buster.
Because I'd be there with him just doing fucking whatever songs. He'd be like, hey, you want to hear my birthday song? I'm like, your what? He goes, yeah, I rewrote the birthday song. I was like, I have a music video. And he'd show me this weird fucking psycho fucking music video on YouTube. I'm like, you wrote this? He goes, yeah, I wrote this. Like, it's really good. Watch this. I'm like, okay. And it's just a bunch of big-headed fucking paper mache Muppet things.
Did he have his Coke on his table, his Coca-Cola?
Yeah, or his daughter's in it or something like that, or one of his kids is in it, or what. I'm just like, what the fuck is it? Can we get back to fucking, like, writing some hits here?
Well, we were talking about it before he came. You two are you guys did the big power courses with him. Did he kick your ass, too? Because he kicked his ass.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just take... You say take after take, right?
Yeah, he wanted, because I'm fairly consistent. Like, once I know what I'm doing, I can just, I can repeatedly knock it out. No problem. Like, it's like, but he's like, give me like 6 takes. I'm like, but they don't fucking sound the same. What the fuck is this stuff? So he'd make me do 6 takes of everything. But he had this whole theory, or the way he pans it, or makes it all, puts it all together or something. And when I heard it back, I was like, alright, I don't know what his trick is, but he made me do everything 6 times. Because it was 6 times, everything was the exact same.
Well,
so.
the thing that he would do with all of us, whether it was vocals or guitar, is he would just be like, alright, let's do a few takes, and we would do like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It's like, alright, that sounds good, let's do a couple more, and then do 2 more. It's like, alright, 1 more.
Yeah.
1 more. And then you're like, 1 more. And it's like, you get like 3 1 more takes.
Yeah. Okay, we're done. Just give me 1 more. I'm like, what? Because 1 more.
And then you do that 1 more, and it's like, that's starting to sound better. Alright, let's do a few more of those.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? 4 hours ago. It's cool. Like, I noticed, like, I've worked with a few kind of relatively big producers as well, and like it's been, because it's like growing up, like, I never listened to like Machine Head or anything like that, but you know Logan Mader? He was in the original guitar player for Machine Head. He was in Soulfly.
Okay, I know the name for sure.
He was like a super big influence of mine growing up. So he was, again, original guitar player for Machine Head. He was in Soulfly. He was in every other fucking band at the time. Like, this buff dude with long dreadlocks, all this shit. I'm like going, that guy's fucking cool. But I came out here, and then the first the audition I had to do for, we were talking about an old band of mine called We Are The Riot. I had to do an audition recording, so I called the guy and I was like, I've been living here for fucking 2 weeks. I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody? He goes, I know a guy. Here's his address. It's organized. Go to his house. He only has 2 hours. I show up. It's fucking like Logan Raider. I was like, holy fuck.
You didn't even know.
I had a night. I heard the name. And I was like, it's probably not him. It's probably another guy or whatever. Showed up at his house, recorded for 2 hours, and he stops me mid take and looks through the window. And it was like the coolest compliment I ever had, because I started blasting out this. Like I was a Irish school choir boy, as I always tell people. So I was trained singing. You know, fucking it's like again. Ask me to play guitar solo, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Ask me to do a drum solo, this is gonna be awful. Ask me to sing my balls off, no problem at all. And I was doing it, and then he stops me mid take. I'm like, smash your back, shit, whatever. And he goes, dude. He goes, oh, what happened? He looks through the window, and he just leans into his desk to the microphone. He goes, have these guys heard you sing? And I was like, no, not yet. He goes, interesting. All right. And he's just like,
That was it.
all right. And then I got the fucking gig, and it was cool, and it was good. That was good fun. But I got years later, I got to work with him again on a full album. We just spent weeks together writing all these songs, and again, different approach. It was just like he had his way of doing it, and it was like a lot of one take stuff, because that's when you capture the magic. Like once you know what you're doing, okay, go for it, and like there it is. Okay, stop. I'm like, all right, we doing it again? No, I got it. I was like, what the fuck? And then they work their studio magic, and it becomes like this giant fucking song on an MP3. I guess I was gonna say on CD.
Well, the first night we left Ulrich's with the first like mix. We were just both. It kicked our ass. So we weren't happy with it the first, but Ulrich didn't do his like sprinkle magic to it yet. Yeah. But I remember leaving there and like my rap part was a mess because it wasn't even written. It was just a rough first night in the studio, or a couple first nights. But
for me it was all great until the vocals started.
Yeah.
You know, like I can. The way you are with vocals is how I am with guitar. Yeah. So I also play one of the two guitar parts, and yeah, like that's where I can knock it out in one take. And you know, he'll still get 4 or 5 takes of each guitar part, but hearing it instrumentally, everything sounded great. And then typically when we would record the vocals, the best vocal take for me was probably going to be either the first couple of takes or like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the last couple of takes all sucked. But then that was what we had to listen to for the rest of the night, because it takes too much time to go through, all right, which one sounds better, and from then on. That was something that would always be done later. So that, one of those nights I spent like the first 2 or 3 hours of the day recording a guitar solo that we didn't even end up using.
It was a long day.
And then the rest of the day from then on was just basically recording more or less all of my vocals, all in one day. I went back and I think I redid a little bit, but after that long day, then I just had to sit down for 2-3 hours for the rest of the night, just listening to the playback of my worn out vocals and not the early vocals that were actually good that ended up in the song. So I'm just sitting there, just kind of inconsolable, But then our DJ Ikusa, he's tracking his stuff, and every now and then he'd look to me and be like, "Hey, what'd you think? Did that sound good?" And I'm just sitting there saying like, "Huh? Oh yeah, it was good. It was good."
You're like dwelling on your misery,
but I still have to be like present and like give my opinion.
Yeah, there was a rough mix that he played that I hated and everyone hated, but we're all trying to be like, it's good, bro, it's good. And me and him were like, especially me, I was like, shut up, no, it's not. Like my rap part was horrible, the first take of it, and it was just and Ulrich, he put me in the booth and he had me do it like 8 times. 20 times. I'm sorry. And we had our roadies there. We had our road crew there, our photographer there. And it was just like, it burned us out. It kicked our ass. And it's like, you forget that you're in Ulrich Wild's studio for a minute. And you're like, man, I just want to go home.
He told me some stories. I'm not going to name anyone. He told me some stories about bigger artists and famous singers and stuff as well. And it was a lot to be desired. Let's put it that way. So I never really feel bad fucking up or not like being on top form in front of like the best people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you can beat yourself up over it, but like just fucking just get better. Simple. I was like, well, yeah, he told me some fucking stories about a certain singer as well, and I was like, it made me feel real good because by the end of it as well, I was beaten up. A few hours later, you're fucking dying, your head's ringing.
Well, for me, it's more just exhausting than anything else.
Oh, dude, it's insanely physical. Like, so I even again talking to my back doctor. God damn it, I'm that guy. That fucking guy. I was like, when are you playing next? He goes, well, I can finally play now because you're fixing me, so I feel good. And he goes, really? He goes, well, like singing for me is insanely physical. Like I use my entire body and then throw a performance on top of it. Like it's not like breaking a guitar string. I'll change it. If I hurt myself or then I'm done. Like that's it. We're finished until...
My back's killing me right now. I'm older now, and like if you sleep wrong, you're fucked.
Oh,
when you get older.
Yeah, if you eat wrong, like so, fuck off. You're fired.
Fuck off, Mom.
Yeah. I'm going to apologize as well. I just realized...
she would love you. She would get it. She'd be like, "Oh shit, sorry."
Oh no, she put it on the line. I don't care. I'm a total dick. If the audio sucks on this, it's only because like the audio just kicked in, and I was like, God damn it, it wasn't. I'm going to use the audio from this story. We'll figure it out.
No worries.
It's a podcast life.
So all the time I accidentally knocked the mic around. It's not gonna.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Sweet.
Like, that was a test.
Right.
That was a test. So just in case you didn't listen to the first 10 minutes when the audio wasn't on. Dirty Machine, blah blah blah. Anyway, they'll still hear it from the camera, and then I'll use the proper audio. But what were we talking about? Producers, like, well, so what are you guys up to now? Like, so I saw you released a music video or something.
We're getting close.
Okay,
yeah, we're getting close.
Maybe I just went through a back. The IHOP music video.
Yeah,
is that an actual IHOP?
That was.
Where the fuck did you get to use IHOP?
So we that's on 6th Street in Vermont in Koreatown.
Oh shit! Okay.
And me and my drummer, we meet there. When I was with my ex-girlfriend, me and my drummer used to live right by each other, so we would meet there every night.
Yeah.
And consult over $3 pancakes.
As you do.
And we went there so much that the staff knew us. We would walk in, and my Pepsi would be there and his coffee would be there. It's like we were VIP. Like they knew. It's all right. It's
they're telling people to leave. You're in their
those
seats.
Guys. And so after a year, it was just like, man, we need something. We need to get in people's heads again. I go, what if we just shot a music video here? And he was like, all right, good night, brother. Like that's all you got. I'm gonna go home. And I go, no, really. What if we did it? And we called the little manager over, sweet little girl named Teresa, and we go, hey, what if we just shot a music video here? And she goes, I don't care, do it. And I was like, and so the funny thing is I texted these guys. Here's the address. I remember Darren going, one of them. I want to think it's Darren, but is this an IHOP? I was like, yeah.
That was probably me.
Yeah, just show up.
It shows up on Google Maps.
And we literally told the guys in the parking lot the concept of the video. I mean, I think I tried to brief them, but they've learned not to ask anymore.
I definitely asked.
But what time was this?
This was about midnight.
Okay, were they were closed for business?
No, 24 hours. The people in there were real customers. And I walked in, and we walked in.
Okay, this is awesome. Go on.
And we walked in, and everyone in there is real. People, they didn't give a shit. That's why people think they're actors, because they acted like they so nonchalant about it.
That chick eating the pancakes looked like she was eating the pancakes.
they're like, yeah, we Dirty Machine totally has a budget to pay actors and rent out an IHOP.
I just wanted to, because I was like, how the fuck did they afford to rent an IHOP in LA?
It was all guerrilla style. I walked in, and me and my drummer walked in, and we were, hey guys, everyone looked up. We're going to shoot a music video. It's going to be one shot, one take. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. And no one clapped. No one said, they went, I mean, they're like, all right, it's LA. Get the fuck out of here. And we did it. And we did it one shot, one take. And everything you saw was authentic. And it happened how it happened. And
I got to watch this again now.
They did clap, but it was the pity clap you hear at the end of the music video, which is real.
Puddle of Mud music video where they're like...
Yeah, that was 100% authentic.
I'm still like, I'm just trying to wrap my head about how is like, is it legal to do it? I don't know how the fuck.
It can't be legal, and we just figured that, but we've been going there every night for a year.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's just them, and our drummer kind of peeled back on the drums. I mean, he was hitting them, but it wasn't crashing.
Yeah.
And there was a little kid in there. There was about a 3-year-old kid in there.
Terrible parenting.
time.
I have midnight downtown.
We asked their parents like 3 or 4 times, hey, do you want earplugs or anything?
Yeah.
And they would just sort of look at us like.
And I mean, it went down like that, and you know what? We did it. Ron Underwood from Non-Electric.
Oh yeah, Ron. Yeah,
Ronnie does all our videos, and he was like, I remember texting him the idea, and he goes, "Do you have permission for this?" And I go, "No," and he goes, "I'll be there. Fuck it." I mean, Ron knows that we're like that, but you know, long story short, the video made alternative press. I mean, it got attention.
Yeah, no shit. Like, so
people wonder how the fuck did we do that, and really, I've learned in this town, you just gotta ask. I mean, just ask.
That's just fucking. Did you tell the people not to look at the camera or anything?
We didn't tell them anything.
Because it looked like they were just, I guess they were ignoring you. It looked like acting. I thought everyone was acting. So.
They were not impressed by any means of the word. They did not care. They did not ask our band name.
They were like, we don't want to pay the bill because...
My favorite is the one guy just like leaned back in his booth with his coffee like, is this over?
So it literally happened in like 20 minutes.
One shot, one take.
Everything you went in, you set everything up real quick. Drums, so you didn't set anything.
We told the people so they didn't call the police because our drummer has a mask and he's a black guy with dreadlocks, and our DJ has like a Sub-Zero mask. So we wanted to at least tell him that this is not a heist. It's
a cops episode in the making or something.
And I remember telling Ron, he's like, "Man, everyone's seen." I go, "Well, if they call the cops, I think we'll at least get the shot in." And he was like, "You're crazy, man. Just get in there." Like, because that's when I was outside doing my calisthenics. Like I was, because we wanted to. Ron had the idea of me like about to walk in front of 80,000 people. I'm like pumped up, and then I walk into an IHOP.
And what was the playback? Did you use a speaker or something, or
it was an amp?
So you did have music.
It was blaring.
Yeah,
it was loud. And he did it. He's a G at lips. Like he knows how. He nailed it with the lip syncing. I nailed it. Everyone did their part. And the staff was in the very back laughing.
Of course.
And
they're like, "We're all going to jail. Watch these fuckers go to jail."
I mean, but that's just...
if the cops showed up and they were like, "What are you doing?" and they looked at the staff, if I worked there, I'd be like, "I don't know. They just came in and they just started fucking singing."
They did tell me that. They did say... And lucky for us, the IHOP's kind of in an industrial area where there's not houses. So I don't think no one heard it, but the IHOP manager did say, well, the manager was actually going to show up, so we had to do it now. So
wait, what? Go back. Who gave permission then?
Like the assistant.
A fucking dishwasher or something?
like the 23-year-old manager that shit doesn't have permission to give that permission. So the manager who me and my drummer know, who would never have gone for it, was on his way there. And we literally, like, because we were setting up, kind of being rock stars, we were getting ready, and she goes, "You guys gotta hurry.
You gotta hurry.
It's like, he's probably like 15 minutes away. And the song's like 3 minutes and change. And we were like, and that's when we were like, all right, it's on.
So did he ever find out?
I don't know. I'm sure. I mean,
he must have found out.
I'm sure he did.
It's a fucking music video.
Once he found out who did it, it's... Well, the funny thing is, after we ate there, we just ate pancakes. We packed up our shit, and so my next goal, and I haven't told these guys yet, is
exclusive. Here we go.
Exclusive.
He's like, "Fuck no."
I don't think I even know this yet.
Okay,
well, me and Mike,
he's pregnant.
Me and Mike, our drummer. I'm pregnant. We want to do it at an AMC theater. We want to crash it.
Oh, movie theater.
We want to do it in the movie theater before the previews start, and. You're gonna learn this now, D. Me and my drummer, we went to AMC Burbank, and we tried to get permission to do it on Infinity Wars night, opening night, and the manager said yes. And we were about to text the guys yes, and then like something came down. He's like, "You can do it, just not opening night on Infinity Wars." That's our. That's our night. The nerds that follow that get kind of crazy. So our next video is probably going to be us crashing a movie theater like the IHOP.
All right.
So
fun.
He's like, I'll have my bail money ready.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I that idea literally came at 3:00 in the morning when I was eating pan. I was like, what if we just shot a video here, like one shot, one take, and it happened, man. It manifested.
Put the pancake down, bro.
Put the pancakes down.
Yeah.
But that's that story. They're a real actor, and they'll probably sue us one day if it goes viral.
Well, there's no blatant IHOP logos anywhere. I just knew it was an IHOP because it looks like a fucking IHOP. So I just thought, is this a set? Are they actors? What's going on? How does one afford to rent an IHOP? I'm like, damn. Okay, I just thought it was really funny. Like, so.
That's what.
Question. ICP weren't really a thing over where I'm from, so obviously I heard about them, or I would have came over here and heard about them. I even bought like a shirt in a Hot Topic because it was a cool shirt. I can't remember what was on it. It was just a cool color.
They're the kings of merch.
Yeah, well, apparently they're huge here. Like so, Juggalos. Are you Juggalos? What is that? Because I watched 2 documentaries in a row on Juggalos, and it fucking kind of scared me.
I think after touring with them, you have to be, right?
You kind of
family
just by the end of it, you get adopted, I guess, whether you want to or not.
Dude,
what was your first wrestling? Wasn't it with ICP? Wasn't that your first? Taste?
No. It was the tour.
Oh, okay.
Because I got back from the tour and then went on the WWE Network and watched all the ICP and WWE
shit, they
stuff.
were in it. Yeah,
the oddities.
Yeah.
The oddities.
Yeah, and the oddities.
Holy shit.
And like they didn't. I guess ICP used. Or no, the Oddities used a song that ICP wrote for the Oddities.
Cha-ching.
And then in the network version, it's like a generic theme.
I gotta search that on the network thing. I remember
the Oddities, Luna,
and the big giant guy with the Cartman teddy bear came out. I was
Yeah.
like, what
the blue meanie.
Fuck
Yeah,
is this
yeah.
shit? Like so.
So no, my first experience, I mean, with anything even remotely related to ICP was the actual tour.
Yeah.
And that first night in Oakland when I still, had the background that I had as my musical tastes and just who I am in general. And now I'm just dumped in Oakland, and all of a sudden I'm that.
What a bunch of fucking weirdos.
I'm that 12-year-old that listens to Backstreet Boys again.
Yeah. No, because like that's it. I might look scary or might fit into that environment, but I'm looking around going, I'm not fucking safe here.
At that point, I'm like, oh, I wish I still had my long hair so I could at least kind of post up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we were so green. That was our first tour, obviously.
Yeah.
And we made every mistake you could that first night. We loaded in before ICP because we got there early.
Yeah.
So we had to
so
load our shit
You're
up
in the way.
The weirdest venue in the world. It's 3 flights of stairs on top of this building. It's weird.
Yeah.
We loaded in before ICP. ICP shows up. Their tour manager says, "Get your shit out of there." We have to load back down or load it out. We did everything wrong the first night. We almost got kicked off the tour the first night of the tour.
All right.
We're Facebook living. We're eyes wide.
Did
I mean,
you
Darren's not.
Take a picture of your laminate and post it
Oh,
online?
I mean, we didn't even get those.
Okay, don't ever do that.
Yeah. Well, their
Jesus.
sets are like a circus.
Yeah.
And they're very secretive.
Yeah, of course.
And like our drummer is
are like, hey, check this shit out.
Our drummer is like Facebook. He's Mr. Facebook Live.
Yeah.
So he gets on Facebook Live and he starts taking pictures of their set, and their tour manager's like, he yells at us, and it was just a clusterfuck. But I mean, the first 3 nights were rough, and then by the time we left to LA, we kind of got onto it. But the only reason I don't think they kicked us off the tour was because they know we're good guys. I think. Does that make sense? Like
of course.
We're just green,
Yeah.
and everyone from their camp at least asked me once, "Is this your first tour?" I said, yeah. Like we're like the Whiskey A Go Go house band. We paid the Whiskey A Go Go like $40,000 in pre-sale in the last 5 years, but it's our first tour, and so I think that we grew on them, and we learned what to do and what not to do, and and it was a learning experience. We paid a lot of money to be on there. $13,000.
Oh my god!
And
okay. I wasn't going to bring that up, but all right.
Well, I mean, everyone knows it's like
it's a thing. Like so, as we talked about earlier, like so many young bands and stuff buy onto massive tours, and like I won't do it, but I suppose I don't have fucking 13 grand to do it. I just. I don't know. I think I'll just take the hard road. I don't give a fuck. Like so, I don't advise anyone buying onto. Like I remember the big thing in my day when I was growing up was the promoter would give you like 100 tickets, and he'd tell you have to sell them all and then give him all the money. And I was like, what? And I'm like, I'll sell them for $5 or €5 each. I'm like, well, they're €12 each. I was like, and I expect this much money back. I was like, oh, okay. Now it's a different job now. Like so, I don't know. I just. Put the fucking show on, dude.
We've had to sell tickets our whole existence in this band, but what we do, I mean, what most bands do is they just split it amongst each other and give them out for free. It's the only way you're going to get your people there, and I read something. Who started pay to play? Was that Motley Crue?
I have no idea. But
whoever started
it's
that,
worldwide. That's all I know.
It's worldwide now. I mean, it's
everywhere. Like it was insane. Even growing up, like to get to play like the big venues in like Dublin in Ireland, like that's where the big crowds were. They're like they'd give you X amount of tickets. They tell you have to come back with this amount of money.
Yeah.
So therefore, you're selling these tickets at stupid prices,
or you're not playing,
or you pay it the balance yourself. And I'm like, Jesus fuck, this doesn't help anybody. Like so, what?
Yeah.
And then the thing here, which kind of bugs me, is if you go on I don't know if you guys have to do this. Like you have to pay a percentage of your merch sales to venues.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Like so, I understand charging like the headliner. Maybe I guess, but like coming up to a band like
that's maybe selling $80 worth. Yeah.
Well, and there's the thing. I most of the time like back then, not now. I'm very honest. Please, I'd lie. Unless they counted everything on the way in, like I just like I made $50. I'm like, meanwhile I have 500 in my back pocket. You're not getting my money. I'm not getting paid to do this. This is ridiculous. Like so, a place in Texas. Trees venue. It's called like Trees.
I've heard of it. Yeah,
it has trees in it. Whatever. Fucking stupid. The guy came over and started shouting at me, and he's like, "I want 30% of all your money." He goes, "Nah, we're not getting paid to be here, so no." I goes, "What?" He goes, "No, this is not happening, dude." I go, "Well, I need 30%. That's the venue charge." I didn't sign anything, so no, sorry. I didn't sell anything. Meanwhile, there's literally 30 people walking around with my shirts on. And he goes, "No, they must have shown up with them. I don't care. Like, so go talk to the fucking head tour manager. You're not getting my money." Like so, and then he went over and the main tour manager for the whole tour was, "Oh yeah, we'll pay whatever." I was like, "Nah, I don't like it."
I remember we were in Ventura on the ICP tour, Ventura, California.
Yeah.
And we didn't sell shit that night, but we had so many fans come up. It was an amazing night, but no one bought anything.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, I think we, honest to God, sold $35 worth of stuff. And they came over. I remember the guy came over, and he looked at our roadie, Bria's book. Her name's Bria. Yeah. And he was like, "All right, $7. And Bria really was going to get it out of the lockbox. Yeah. And he was just like, he looked back, make sure he's like, just fuck this. Like, just keep it. Like, I'm not taking $7 from you. No. It was literally $7.
But dude, if you made $350, you'd have to give them $70 fucking dollars. Like,
that's our guess. I mean, we used. See, I was convinced we were going to make our $13,000 back in merch. I was just convinced. I sold myself the dream, and we were doing it. And we literally, our merch got us to each town. Like,
yeah, that's how it works, though.
That's how we'd fill up the. And the van, man, that van was so unforgiving. You know, it's like, it's a gas hog, man. Like, you're running the AC.
You got trailers. You got fucking 6-7 people in it.
We spent what we made merch. I think we made in 2 weeks. We made about $3,600. It all went to gas.
Yeah.
All went to gas.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I know that's like 2017. The last year was the first year I actually. I don't want to say profited because I put all the money back into music but I actually profited in 2017. I didn't play one show. I didn't tour. I didn't do anything. Not with my own bands, at least. Like I went on tours with Ashley just for fun, hang out and fucking do whatever. But I came out to the end of the year and I did all my finances like an adult, whatever. And I was like, fuck, I made money. How the fuck did I make money this year? I played no shows and I sold I sold quite a bit, but I did it's all online, dude. So like that's what I wanted to carry into 2018 now that like as well as that health restrictions couldn't actually go on tour and play live. I would have been dead. But like, all right, I'm going to do what I did last year, this year, on top of playing the live game smart and just fucking tour smart, be smart. Don't be fucking paying people for jobs you can do yourself. That's a big thing. Like, especially younger people or even bands like, oh, we pay this guy, we pay that guy. I have a manager. I'm like, manager? What the fuck? You have 400 people that like you on Facebook. What are you talking about? What do you need a manager for? Fucking shut up. Yeah. No, you don't need a manager right now. Like, you need to fucking just go play a bunch of shows and try sell a bunch of fucking shirts. Like, so that's what at the end of the day, I joke about, but all of us, we're glorified black t-shirt salesmen. That's what we are. We're all wearing band shirts or wrestling shirts. That's what the whole business is. Like, so even in like music business, like that's the one thing I said, the hypothetical situation. If a label ever came over and go, oh, well, we need part of your publishing, that's always negotiable, whatever like that. And, well, they buy your merch rights. They take them. I'm like, under no circumstances will I ever sell my merch rights. Like that's like the
360
deal.
Yeah, that's Ulrich warned us about that.
Don't ever fucking like. I've been signed, dude, before, and all that happened was I put thousands of euros and dollars into like a project, recording albums and music videos and paying my parts and paying my dues, and then getting a call 6 months later from a label that I was signed to say, this was the honest to God conversation. They'd never write this down because I'd fucking sued them. The guy called me, goes, I asked, what's wrong? Why isn't my band fucking doing anything? We signed with you 6 months ago. We've been working so hard. We have the second album already ready for you. It's all good. It's amazing. Yeah, and he openly said, he goes, honestly, we've been sitting here for the last few weeks thinking about it. Basically, we've shelved your band, and we signed your project because we thought we might be able to get you into like basically a catchier music, more catchier music band. And basically, they signed the band to lock me into a deal with them to try get me into something catchier or more commercial. And I was like, you fucking assholes, you just like you wasted my life. What are you doing? Like you could have just asked me and I probably would have done it, because I was in 4 bands at the time. So I'm like, I'm an equal opportunist. Like I'm not there's even anyone that plays with me now, if you're playing with me now or not or whatever, if an opportunity arises for you to go and take it, go fucking take it. Like just, it's, if ICP come, we need a 3rd rapper. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Darren. See you later. I'm sorry. Like, that's just the way it is for everyone. And I make that clear to everybody that is in the band with me. Like, if you get a better fucking deal, or you get a way to follow your dreams or pursue a career that you want to pursue, fucking go for it. Like, if you manage to do it with people that you actually like and are able to tolerate, that's my big thing.
Yeah, that's
fucking awesome. Yeah, no, if you're able to tolerate each other, then it's more because essentially it's a marriage. Bands are a marriage.
Yeah,
it is a thing. Everyone says, oh, it's like being married to 4 people. Well, you are fucking married because you're sleeping with them, you're thinking up a fucking van with them, you're arguing with them, you're being happy with them, you're being sad with them, you're being everything with them. Like, so they know what you smell like. That's the fucking weirdest thing. No human being, no, like unless you're so way inclined, I should not know what you smell like ever.
Yeah,
or on your worst day. So it's I don't know, we're in a weird and like we're in I always talk about like the tiers of music. Like there's like the not like the major leagues, minor leagues, and whatever the fuck I consider myself to be in. I'm like, I'm not minor, I'm definitely not major. It's this weird gray area in between. Like people know who you are, they like your songs, but nothing's happening. Like what? And even
nowadays it's more, you're either there or you're there.
Yeah.
I mean, the in-between now isn't even really an in-between.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, and that's why I was talking to you earlier about like using the internet correctly, like using it to promote something that you can, like I have 2 things with the internet for me. Like I have 2 types of posts, and I always say like it's the one that makes people go, "Aw," or the one that makes people go, "Fucking awesome."
Yeah.
None of the, like, I don't do the sad shit. I'm a human being. Don't get me wrong. I have bad days all the time. I talk about like depression and anxiety all the time on this thing. But what's the point in me telling everyone on Instagram, oh, I had a terrible day today. Oh, the cat puked on the floor. Fuck, like bullshit.
I know. With the sad, the sad
yeah, like
emoji,
weeping mode. I'm like, no one gives a shit for stars. Like, just like post something that's fucking. People want to like aspire to or see. You're like, hey, we recorded a fucking music video on IHOP. I'm like, what? I want to see that. I want to see that fucking shit. What's the new one? I know you're in a rush. Sorry.
I'm depressed because I have to go to Domino's Pizza
right.
and deliver pizza.
Yeah, they got a good
but
pizza.
I have to probably go now.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, give me a quick rundown of what's next with music video wise. And
well, first of all, this has been a blast.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
I love this, and basically, we're releasing our new single "Further From You" on May 18th.
Ooh, sounds romantic.
And it is Darren Davis heavy. It is, it's amazing. We're so proud of it.
What? May 18th.
May 18th.
Yep.
May 18th.
Friday, May 18th.
And is it involved with an album, or is it just a single, or what are you doing? Like?
Just a single. Yeah, we're just.
Is this one with Ulrich?
Yep.
Excellent.
This is the Ulrich Wild song.
I'm interested to hear it. Like,
yeah, and that's both the song on all the streaming media platforms, and then I think we're releasing the video
the same day.
Yeah.
All
with Ron Underwood. Ron Underwood shot our video.
Yeah. Ron Underwood, Nine Electric, shout out. All Instagram handles, Facebooks are all Dirty Machine.
Yeah, Dirty Machine Band, and we have a Google business page. I don't know why we made that.
I don't even know what that is.
If you type in, we're at the point now. If you type in Dirty Machine, we'll show up before Power Tools.
Sick. I like that.
We've got the first 2 pages of Google unlocked.
I think that's a good way to end it right there.
It
right?
is.
So yeah, well, no, I know. Hopefully, I get to play some shows with you in the near
would love
future.
that.
So
We
let's
would love
organize
that.
that. That'd be fucking
Definitely.
sick. I will happily open up. I like what I'm hearing, and I can get down with the kids. I'm kidding. I've got a bad back. God damn it. I'm just going to apologize in advance for the audio for the first few minutes, like first 10, 15 minutes. Oops. You'll hear it. It'll be camera audio, but
No
whatever.
worries.
Sorry, I suck. I'm tired today.
That's all
It's
right.
my day off. God damn it. Everything is at Dirty Machine, at Jimmy Trigger, at a Trigger Within. That's it. Get the fuck out of my house. This is the Triggerman podcast. Peace. All right.
Peace.
I'm an idiot. I didn't press record.
I gotta pee so bad.
Move, motherfucker. Get out of my way.